Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, that was a good stretch. That was a really good stretch. But anyways, now I wanted to talk on the video game Forza Motorsport. Not the original Forza Motorsport, but the latest Forza Motorsport. Where I don't know what their plans are with this game. I don't know if they're trying to start fresh or what. But the thing is this. The game lacks content. I've said this before. It's a game where I'm like, fam, in this day and age, a game has to have the most amount of content. If you're trying to compete with other people, you have to have the most amount of content. Now, I don't know what their plans are coming into 2025 with Forza Motorsport, and that's why I'm doing this podcast episode. I'm like, just in case if you guys can't think of no stuff to do in the game, I got a gang of ideas that I plan on saying, and it's just, a lot of these ideas are just going to be improvised, but it's stuff that I'm like, fam, I think that it would hit if, like, okay, for an example, imagine if you guys added a drag racing mode, where it's like they could be a part of the or not campaign, but the career mode or multiplayer. But yeah, add like a drag racing mode. I feel like that's something that I haven't really seen in Forza. So I'm like, that could be a new thing to add in the Forza games. Have it where there's professional racers where they challenge you to a one-on-one race. And yeah, it's just like some, like they bring in like a street racer. And I'm like that. And it could be a lot of things. So I feel like I need to separate it because I'm like, it can be stuff for career mode and multiplayer. So I'm like, I'm going to try my best to separate these things. But I'm like, drag racing, that could be in both career mode and in the multiplayer mode. But they should have it for career mode. And I mean, they could do it for multiplayer too. Actually, yeah, they could do it for both, where it's like a 3-round thing. So like you win the first round, win the second round, and obviously, you just won the race altogether. But yeah, overall though, they can do it for career multiplayer. But then with the like racer, professional racer challenge you mode, so yeah, that could be a career only mode where it's like if you feel that there is not enough people playing the career mode, that's something to add in there. Where there's a professional racer, they're all like, hey, you beat me in this race the other day, so I want to challenge you to a one-on-one. And then yeah, it could just be like where you guys are at a racetrack in the middle of the night or during the day, early in the morning, whichever. But yeah, to just kind of have like some racing stuff there, for career mode. But yeah, you guys can do some stuff like that. Definitely add more playlists. I'm like, that's something where it's like you guys, I don't know, or not playlists, but the cup things, I don't know. But anyways, you have to add more content to campaign or to the career mode, because I'm like, fam, I felt like the career mode went by fast. I'm playing all the other old Forzas, and I'm like, it didn't go by that quick. And I was like, the first, excuse me, the first Forza Motorsport that I ever played was 3. And that's a game where I'm like, I think if I still had my saved file from when I played it all the way back on my Xbox 360, I still would have had a lot of stuff to do in the game. So that's why I'm like, it's like that game came out in 2009. I think when I had got that game, it was like 2010, 2011. I know it was right before Forza Motorsport 4 had came out. But I played so much of that game, and then just even going, so there's this retro game store that I've been shopping at, and they have Forza Motorsport 3 and 4. I was like, bruh, I'm like, yeah, my Xbox, I'm like, the funny thing is, because I did get an Xbox 360 from that store too, and I'm like, fam, I could have just went and got them 2 games, and I would have been happy. But there was like extra games that they had there too, and I'm like, okay, I might as well get those games too. But anyways, but no, that was one thing that I seen in that I remember from Forza Motorsport 3 and 4, and I remember playing that mode a lot. But the event list mode, where there's just like a bunch of different random events to do in all the different cars, because it's like, that's one thing about it, it's like you're not playing on all the different cars that exist, because how many cars exist in Forza Motorsport, the new one? How many cars are in the new Forza Motorsports game? I don't know why it just randomly says gameplay, but there's like Forza Motorsport is a sim racing video game. At launch, Forza Motorsport features more than 500 vehicles and 800 upgrades, as well as 20 newly built tracks. While over 100 of these are new to the series, and many of them return from earlier Forza Motorsport games. And I'm like, fam, I feel like I haven't gotten a chance to explore any of those cars. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, have it where there's an event listing, and then it starts off like, yeah, with like the compact cars, like the F-Class cars, where it's like Mini Coopers from like the old days, and then we're, yeah, working our way up to like, just like how the event list was in Forza Motorsport 3 and 4, where it's like they have you start off with some slow cars, and then you work your way up to like the much more faster cars of the game. But it's like, at least then I'm able to play and use all the different cars and stuff. Because I'm like, and then that's another thing that I wanted to talk on, because this is something that I was talking about in my stream just a few moments ago. But you need to up how much money we get in the game, because there's the like play or like cup things that they want you to race in. And there's cars that I can't even afford in there. And I'm like, fam, my thing is, what's up with, like, you mean to tell me, what do they call inflation? You mean to tell me that's affecting in-game currency too? Where I'm like, I can't even afford cars, but it's like, let this have been like Forza Motorsport 1 through 7, and it's like, bruh, you guys was giving me, at times I felt like I was getting too much credit. But the crazy thing is like, you could do the same race that you're doing in the Forza Motorsport 7, you could do that same race in Forza, the new Forza Motorsport, and you get less. And it's like, bruh, if you're trying to get people to play this new Forza Motorsport, you gotta do what you guys did in all the old Forza Motorsports, but in this one, like, just one big giant game. And I'm saying, I'm like, change, like, my thing is this, have it where it's like, instead of just having the same tracks every time you guys come out with a new Forza Motorsport, add in some tracks, add like a post-apocalypse track or something like that. You know, it's like, change up the tracks a little bit, have like, there's like some more visual effects, because yeah, still have it where it's still like that same sim racing game, but like, change it up to where it's like, you know, the tracks are slightly different, the cars are slightly different, you know, it's like, yeah, it's some post-apocalypse cars, or yeah, post-apocalypse tracks. I'm like, I feel like that would be much more decent to see that, you know, versus just like having it where it's just the same tracks. It just might be, oh, trees are here now and the buildings are a different color. I'm like, nah, man, have it where it's like, you know, I'm saying there's tracks from the old Forzas where I'm like, I don't even see those in the new Forzas. It looked like there was I think it was in either Forza, I think it was either in one or both of them, but Forza Motorsport 3 and or 4, I can't remember which one it was, but I think they had like a track where you were in New York or something. It looked like it was like a city area. I can't remember if it was New York or not, but I just remember there was this track where it was a city area and it was a very narrow looking track. But I'm like, fam, what about that track? There's that one track where it has it where you're racing on the mountain. What about that track? I'm like, there's tracks that you guys had in the old Forzas, and I'm like, even in the very first, so that was like chance and opportunity that I did get shopping at this retro game store, is that I got to play the original Forza Motorsport. And I'm like, fam, you guys can do like I guess if you wanted to do like some DLCs or something, do like a like cars from the older Forza Motorsports and put them in the new one. So yeah, like let's say you guys come out with like a like OG Forza car pack where it's like, yeah, there was, because I think I remember there was a PT Cruiser in there, and then there's probably a gang of other cars that don't exist in that game anymore, but or in the new one. But yeah, have it where there's that OG Forza 2, OG Forza 3, and then so on and so on and stuff. But and then it's like, have it where it's like, but here's the thing though, because I feel like you guys need to gain players, and I feel like you ain't gonna gain players by charging us for DLCs. So I think it would probably be best have them as updates. All right. The thing is this, because the game is like on the game Xbox Game Pass. Now, if you sit down and think about it, you have the Xbox Game Pass. You have this game where there's not a whole lot of players. How do you get players? You gotta add content, but you can't charge players for the for this content. If you want to get players to play this game, you gotta come out with some free content to get people into playing it. Because I'm like, when I look at video games like Gran Turismo, yeah, and if you want to take the game out of the Xbox Game Pass and have it where we just buy it, but then all the DLCs and all that stuff is free, then so be it. But my thing is this, it's like, it just doesn't make sense to me to have it where this game is on the Xbox Game Pass, but it seems like it's a tech demo. It seems like it's not even like we're just kind of testing the waters out with the game now, and then eventually, you know, seeing where the game leads us in the future. And I'm like, this game, how long has Forza Motorsport been out? Because this, I think it either came out this year or last year, latest release. So, yeah, 2023. So, yeah, the game, it came out, last year, and it's like, fam, you guys, if for a video game to be out for over a year, I'm like, y'all should have had more content. It shouldn't have been no thing where it's like the game only got like a little bit of content, and then like the only thing, I don't know if it's permanent or not, but it's like the only thing that you added in there that was permanent was, this like Michael Jordan, car thing. And I'm like, fam, no, like all the different cup things that you guys have been like taken away because you're doing these monthly cup things, and it's like, no, leave that in the game, because you have to remember that there are people out there that are playing a bunch of different games. They're not just sitting down just playing non-stop Forza. With me, on the other hand, it's like, fam, I just picked up 3 games today. I'm like, you guys, so let me just lay this out, because I'm like, and I guess I'm just speaking for myself on this. Maybe some other people can relate, but I have a Xbox Series X with multiple games on it. All right, it ain't just just one game. There's games that I have even installed yet on my Xbox Series X, all right? But I have that. I have the Xbox 360. Again, been shopping at this retro game store. They had an Xbox 360 up there. I went ahead and bought it. There was a gang of games that they had. Went ahead and bought those games too. I have the original Xbox. Gang of games that I got, and there's games that I haven't even had the chance to play it. There's like there's 2 stacks of games that like that I have where I haven't even played these games yet, ranging from PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, probably some PlayStation 4, probably some PlayStation 5. Same with the OG Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox Series X. Yeah, because there's this one game that I just got where it's like kind of like it's I don't think it's a train simulator, but it's like a game where they have you focused on a bunch of different, it's like a transport simulator or something like that. But that's just talking on just the console games. PC, yeah, like I said, I just recently picked up 3 games, but I'm like, I wonder if they tell you how many games you got installed on. Well, okay, so I don't know. They don't tell me how many games I have installed on my Steam account. But on my Steam account, with all the different games that I own over 467 games, bruh. And then with Epic Games, I'm like, I got a stack of games. I got 2 different accounts with and they got both of those accounts got games on there. So it's like, bruh, I am playing video games left and right. I have a gaming channel that like to even show proof of how many different video games that I done played. And I'm like, and that's the thing is this. There's games I have installed that I haven't even played yet on my Steam account. There's games I have installed on my Xbox account, PlayStation, that I haven't even played yet. So I'm just saying, I'm like, bruh, you gotta remember that there are gamers out there where we're playing a wide variety of games. And then the thing is this, it's like, okay, so yeah, let's say if I did just sit down and just dedicate like all of 2025 of playing Forza Motorsport, the new one, I would be able to play that whole game within a month. I guarantee and I promise you, if let's say, if I dedicated all my time like that I use recording videos, podcast episodes, streaming, I guarantee and I promise you I'll be able to beat Forza, be able to beat all of the content within a month. Because I'm like, Forza Motorsport, I'm like, bruh, and then that's even doing the practice laps on top of that. There's not enough content in Forza Motorsport. So it's like, fam, you gotta like drag racing, have it where there's like racers within the race where it's like they challenge me because they're upset at the fact that they lose. And then that it can even be a thing too where it's all like, it's pink slip racing. So yeah, it's like, and I guess like if a person struggles with getting cars in the game, then it's like, yeah, have it where it's like after you do a race, I was like, oh, this person wants to race you for your car. Do you accept? Yes. You race, and then you end up winning the car. So at least then you can save your money. And if you want to do upgrades to it, you got the money for it and stuff, but it's like, what are some other, things? And I guess like, yeah, for multiplayer, have it where, and I think that actually will be kind of a dope thing. So like have like some competition, days or something where, racers, like just, yeah, all over the world, they join in on the game. People can, spectate, bet on the racers. I think that would actually be a fun thing to do too. Have it where you can bet on different racers and stuff, and it's like actual racers. It ain't like no and I mean, if they want to do that too, have it where there's like some NPC racing and things. I think that actually, bro, some like cinematic NPC racing where it's like you can bet on a player. Races don't even last that long, but yeah, it's like they have it where it's like you can bet your in-game credit, and then yeah, you can either win or lose, however that goes down and stuff. But anyways, what else? have it where it's all like, oh, this team wants to, and I guess just to add some stuff to the career mode. Let's say if like a team's like, hey, they want you to test drive this car, they're willing to give you $20,000 if you test drive it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead, test drive it, and then get my 20K and stuff. Where are some of the other things they can add into the game? I'm saying it's like there's so many different like things that they can do. It's like, and they can even go back and add some, because I remember they had like, well, I think because with Rocket League existing, they probably might not do that, but I just remember you guys had like a soccer mode, and I'm like, you guys can do that, have it where it's, bro, and I'm just thinking like, that's something that I don't think I've ever seen. I've seen where they do like that, whatchamacallit, the like the bowling pin thing, when they did that where it was more so with career mode, but have it where it's multiplayer, have it where it's like a car's drag racing, and then it's like they have to like spin out or do something, but they have to like hit as many pins as they possibly can, not like that one where you're going around the track and you guys just hit the pins as you go along, but like no, like some actual car bowling or something, but anyways, again, still just with the realistic racing, but yeah, it's like that's just something that you guys can add to multiplayer. What are some other things? I feel like the tracks are big enough to where it's like they're not like really all that open world, but yeah, it's like they're big enough to where you can drive around, especially that track where it's like they always would have it where you would do the bowling pin stuff, but they have it where maybe you could play tag with other like racers and things online. What are some other, and then they can even do that with the career mode, or even if they just want it to be its own thing, add a story mode where it's all like, you get signed to this small team and now you gotta work your way up to racing in the championships or something, but it's like, it's something where it's like you don't have to worry about buying cars, the cars is issue out to you and stuff. But yeah, they should have like a story mode where it's all like, it's just like, it's something where it's just, some like just normal racing stuff. If they want to be all dramatic with it, they very well can. But yeah, it's like add a story mode, an event list mode, have it where it's like drag racing. What are some other forms of racing and stuff? I don't think street racing would really exist in Forza Motorsport, but I'm just saying it's like there's so many different things that you guys can add in there and stuff. But I'm just saying it's like the game lacks content, so it's like if you don't want to take up none of my ideas, then fam, just add some more stuff in the game, and have it where it's a little bit easier to get cars in there, because I'm like, dang bro, I be struggling in that game. Like there's races that I can't even do because I can't even afford the cars, because I ain't went out and already done bought a $300,000 car. So I'm just saying, like, have it where it's like you guys either that tone down the prices and have it where the cup races, they stay in the game a little bit longer. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.